Ukyo can help in that sense, but how much that does, we've got to see.
Yeah, I think one really big thing to mention as well is mobility. Heroes which have map mobility, not just fight mobility, but map mobility. You know, the map is that much bigger, and there's no real TP points other than the tier 1 tower in the middle of the map. It's just a big old void now. And you got the outposts as well, but those are kind of insignificant considering how big everything else is. So Monkey King, that's a big advantage for me for this hero, and why we're probably going to be seeing a decent amount of it. And yeah, that watch is going to be destroyed pretty much instantly there. Pretty brave to try and go for that, I'll be honest.
Yeah. It's early on, but I guess it takes away the issue of maybe them taking it early and being harder to contest. So at least you take away that piece of map control. These changes to the map, I think I feel really good about it in the jungles. I don't know how to feel about the expanded map yet. You know, it's like so much space. It's like you have to play a ton of games to get used to that part. It's like something that we'll have to find out.
Ooh, they try to go for the rune steal there with the dead shot down at bottom, but they might just have the damage onto DDQ. Tax blocking him up, so Washi says, absolutely fine, I'll smack you instead. And they will trade very, very poorly on the side of the dive for that bounty rune, but they were able to grab that bounty, so it does go 2 for 2.
Yep, goes even. You're not getting the extra start you'd want here for Tax with the innate Grievous Greed, but you're still happy enough. You know, you're not losing too much. You will have to watch out for the Muerta Tusk lane. It is a ranged melee with Tusk. This is a lane that just feels atrocious. Tag team level 1. You run down. The output's huge.
Yeah, Muerta is one of the best level 1 harassers. She's got like just really good attack speed, really good attack animation, base attack time. All that stuff you want to see, and yeah, this is the build you see like a ton on this hero as well. Magic wand and 3 sticks, and then even in the mid lane, people are doing this where you can't be fed tangos. It's kind of insane because you can't just harass like this. And look at this nice little dead shot forward as well, just really putting the pressure onto iG.V down here. So it is the offlane alchemist, by the way.
Yeah, they're keeping tax on it. They just want to kind of build up. I'm keen to see how active he wants to be with his item build. I feel like this hero can fight pretty early on with his reworked skills. Like, this hero is actually kind of scary if he does go into the corrosive weaponry. Like, he just does a lot in these fights. He's not as easy to run away from as he used to be. So I like this from iG.V. It's definitely a little bit different. Just keen to see how much they can get done with that. Taking a look up top, Ukyo is on that Monkey King along with SJ on that Abaddon, up against YYYY on Night Stalker and Wenhao on Rubik. And this one again should be pretty alright for Ukyo. He's always got a save from SJ if necessary. He is getting harassed out pretty hard, and he's not really able to try to run down for Jingu. Wenhao has been pretty on point with just tossing the feed vault onto Ukyo. He's just not healthy enough to stand and fight.
Yeah, this is some pretty excellent last hitting under tower from him though, but yeah, and even going forward for the Ras, he's not going to miss any creeps. So that was pretty next level from the Monkey King, honestly. Some good creep management, and that's going to put him in the top of last hits, even though he is getting harassed so hard. But when you last hit like that at the tower, you won't be complaining. And yeah, I did make a mistake earlier. That means it is the Abaddon who is the other support, but his shard is useless as well, so the point still stands.
Yeah, it's not an amazing shard, unfortunately. I mean, I guess it can still do something. Yeah, I mean, you could try scaling, but I don't know if you can really go greedy here. It's pretty bad. I would love to see him, though. And just try to go greedy, probably not one of the games for it. Still, I mean, see if that is going to be a factor.
One of the things which I've been kind of, the number one thing I've been theory crafting about, I think your pos 4s should try to be as greedy as possible on this patch. Like, you want to pick people who can fight, but can still scale. And you should be looking to do that every available opportunity for 2 reasons. One, you just get force for loads of free stuff. Like, if you could just go and take wisdom runes, you get a shard, you know, all this stuff. It's just free. And then on top of that, you get to choose your neutral item now. So you can take like one of these really influential neutral items, which can really buff your right click, or, you know, just give you some extra oomph, which you need to become a core. And you won't be taken away from your carry, because everybody's neutral items are unique to themselves. So it's really cool. I think there's big possibility for a lot of these possibles to start just being way more greedy, and now they make the play down at bottom onto Tax. Do they have the damage to take him out? There's a question. I mean, they've slowed Boshi down just a little bit. Nice dodge on the stun there. Incredible dodge, actually, from Boshi, and that might just get them the kill. Yes, it will. A very well-deserved first blood from the Tusk.
Yeah. I just run down. There's not too much DQQ can do on that line here. I mean, he's got the stuns, but he doesn't want to go in range as well to get twacked away by Big Can. Just way too soft on that line to sustain through. And it's just that combination. It's a Tusk Muerta lane. It's a range hero plus Tusk with tag team. You can just run down easily the Alchemist. It still has the same stuff in lane where you're kind of just sitting back and farming. The top lane, Ukyo is also getting harassed out pretty damn well. Like every lane just looks a little bit rough for the side of iG.V right now.
Yeah, it's not going great. Not the ideal start for this team at all. Not tragic, but not good, that's for sure.
Yeah, like even their mid lane is LRNR back and forth. Totoro is above in terms of CS, but it's not like D-Stones is missing out on too much. He's already started to stack up a couple of his camps, and he's been able to harass Totoro pretty well behind his tower every now and again. The supports just can't rotate mid because of how the side lanes are going. So you're not able to punish the Bat Rider early.
That's cute, actually, being able to. Bottom lane, they're going on the Alchemist, and they might just bring him down again. Tax, he's getting low, pops a wand. Is it going to be enough, though? No, it is not. The Blood Grenade comes in and gets the kill, and now they move across towards DQQ as well. Deadshot comes through to try and give them the extra damage they need to finish the job, but the stun onto 2 leaves DQQ alive, and cheeky little ward there from Boshi, almost definitely seen by DQQ.
Yeah, should be spotted out, but again, they're bullying and suppressing this Alk really well. Just preventing him from getting that massive build-up that he'd want to. So your pacing on iG.V is already thrown off pretty bad with this kind of start. Like Alchemist from behind still has the same issues. You know, the hero still kind of needs a lot of farm to be effective. They'll try though.
Yeah, this will be a kill. A little bit greedy there for Boshi to stick around on such low HP. But Big Ken now has the treads, which is a really big timing for this hero. If you choose to go for it early on, then yeah, your stats just go through the roof, and it's basically impossible to trade. Throw in a point into the gunslinger as well, and yeah, you're a right-clicking machine already.
And you've got the ability to just clear out these heroes, maybe find a bonus kill, clear out camps pretty fast as well with gunslinger. Like you're kind of secure for Big Can with this kind of early start. Not quite up there in the highest TS, but it doesn't really need to be considering the start with all the kills being fed away of that lane, although not directly to the Muerta, unfortunately. You still have a slight lead for iG.V coming out, and all things considered, Tax is still up there in net worth, but again, he has that innate Grievous Greed, so he's always got a way of just hanging around in the balance there. Bit of a sneaky play coming out here from Owenhow, stealing out that Wisdom Rune. DQQ gonna try to grab it.
Yeah, this is really cool. If you pull this off, it feels so good, but they won't be able to do so. And over on the other side as well, the same thing happening. And they might actually punish for this. Wenhao, he's got a long way to get back home, and I don't think it's going to happen. He pops the wand, he's got a Fairy Fire as well, but not even going to use it here. Just going to get punched down by Tex. So, mission failed. Unlucky. We'll get him next time, boys.
Yeah, they try. I do appreciate that from our Rubik. Wenhao, I mean, he does want the EXP. He tries to go for a steal, gets punished, but this is the point where you can leave your Night Stalker alone up top. I'm a bit curious why he didn't want to grab the top one instead. They just wanted to hand that over to YYYY, I suppose. And, you know, get that level advantage on the Night Stalker. Early, he is going to hit 6 a little bit faster here because of that, at least.
Yeah, I mean, he's not having the freest time as well, so I think it makes sense. Yukio taking some heavy hits as Boshi comes in with a TP rotation, using that portal to a massive, massive effectiveness, and it is going to get them the kill onto the monkey. I was about to say, we haven't seen any portal shenanigans yet, and that is unforgivable, but Boshi, the Rock, he finishes it out. He figures it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Switching lanes, they've got the vision there as well. You don't have that down here, and Big Ken makes his way down here too.
Yeah, and even the Battle Rider's starting to move over as well, so they will be able to bring down Totoro as well. Another big kill here for the side of Lonely Rock and Roll. They are bringing it to iG.V, but iG.V, you know, they're doing okay. They're doing okay. Yukio despite that death, it's still doing pretty well when it comes to CS and whatnot. And Tax has been able to recover with that innate Greevil's greed to be the top net worth hero as he should be. So should be on a decent timing for the Radiants regardless. I think that kill really helped out actually on the two kills he got. I think he got 2 kills back to back on the Boshi.
Yeah, that's big for Tax and kind of going back. Like they get that kill on Bocce and, you know, they kind of run down Wenhao when he was trying to steal. So it provides that recovery pad. He is going for the Radiant still, which I don't really mind on the Yonk. I think that's still a pretty good item to get. Helps you clear out the camps.
So Tax is farming a stack. D-Stones is also farming his stack as well over in the other side of the map. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. DDQ. Don't do it. Oh, he uses a stun onto... Oh, D-Stone's actually got most of it. I think Totoro got 1, which is how close that was for that Swashbuckle to just take them all. But yeah, the Bat's okay. He gets most of it. And now he's going to get his travels next. Very close, though.
Yeah, I mean, once you have the travel touch, you can threaten.
Oh. I'm surprised he stuck around so long. That's kind of crazy. DQQ is obviously just like, I mean, yeah, if he goes for this wave, I'll come in. That was a Ruby nearby, but he didn't do anything. That's wild.
They get the punish. They might find more.
Yeah. They certainly might. In fact, they definitely will. Fingers up, and Bocce's dead. Another big death from Bocce here. He pings out they've got vision, but yeah, that's bad. Not another one. Okay, Swashbuckle missed. Wenhao might be able to survive his way through this one. That's something.
Yeah, stem the bleeding a little bit, but you've gotten the kills you want here on iG.V, and all of a sudden, after a slower laning start, they're up 4-4, even on kills, slightly ahead in net worth, mainly on the Alk. You did have to sacrifice Ukyo's farm just a little bit, but he's not too far behind, all things considered, and you managed to do a great job of shutting down D-Stones a fair bit. He does have his stats to clear out, and he'll try to run around with his ult here, but YYY is all alone for that play.
He is indeed, but yeah, just pops the ultimate and takes over the Watcher, and it's just going to hang around this area. Not the greatest use of the ultimate, has to be said, but you know he still doesn't really have that first item, so it's quite hard for him to go and make any plays when you're going for this this Echo Saber. But yeah, looks like he will be going for the build-up into eventually the Echo Saber, and then into the Harpoon, which is pretty cool. Definitely very strong in this era.
Yeah, and the Harpoon overall just feels like a really good step up. You know, I always felt a little bit iffy. It's like, yeah, all right, Echo Saber is great as a disassembly item, but you never keep it. You know, it's been a component for other items for a while. It suddenly loses that value. Now it's back to having an upgrade path, which is fun to see. I like seeing that value come out for a lot of these items. Like, say, Diffusal into Disperser. That's pretty fun as well. It's a good twist, right? Like, we used to have Diffusal too, but that's boring. Disperser.
Yeah, that's
a
a
little bit more interesting.
That's just, yeah, dull. That's not the Dota way, just increasing the stats on an item. A lot of heroes flooding down bottom. They want to get Big Can here, and I think they might be able to do it. Big Can, though, he senses something's wrong, but he's seen the line. He knows his time is up, I'm pretty sure. Hex comes out, disables galore onto this Muerta. Totoro, oh, did you see that?
Yeah. He stopped in place without anything like a shard.
Yeah.
Like, he literally didn't even move. What was that?
He used the portal.
Oh, yeah.
That's fucking
he channeled.
genius.
Oh my god.
That is crazy. I didn't know that was the thing, but yeah, he starts channeling the portal, so he stops moving inside the Rolling Thunder, which gets him the lockdown onto the Muerta. I don't even know if that was deliberate, because we'll say yes. We always have to say yes in these situations. But yeah, look at this. Look at this. So, jumps up and then boop.
Starts chanting. Oh my god.
That's insane.
That is insane. I'm pretty sure it must have been deliberate. Like, they calculated that. Very heads up play there from Totoro to get that additional lockdown. And with his pacing now from iG.V, with his recovery coming out for Tax, his Radiance is up and running. His team is more than willing to make plays. Like, they're in a good position to just snowball. It's the side of LRNR now that are in a bit of a risky spot. They're trying to go for a smoke play. They do have Dark Ascension ready with the Echo Saber and YYYY. They can try to make something happen.
Yeah, gang's on the run. One thing that's interesting about these China games versus the European games we're watching. Oh, nice pop actually on the smoke here from Totoro. Can he get away from why? That is a question, and the answer seems to be yes, but the snowball still connects, and they're going to be able to take him down regardless. So nice roll in from Bocce, and a little bit slow on the movements in from iG.V, has to be said. And now SJ, he might just be throwing on the log on the fire. He doesn't have that ultimate. 13 minutes 45, and he has no level 6. Who's had this patch with nice sports?
Yeah, it can be a little bit painful in terms of the EXP. It can be very painful if you don't grab those wisdom runes being stuck to this level. I have experienced this. Like if you do have a slow start and you're not finding kills, that's where it gets painful. Still, why?
Well, yeah, they're going on the Night Stalker hero. They're going to be able to bring him down. Lasso is out though, onto the Monkey King, dragging him back. He needs to find a target here, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to do so because he's just burning up the D-Stones, who is completely unfettered in this fight. Bocce comes in from the side to finish the job, but we're now in Big Can. Most notably, Big Can have gone down in this engagement because they just got targeted down by everybody else, and now Toto returns his attention towards D-Stones with a couple of nice right clicks. We'll be able to kill him off as well. And now we look over towards the Bocce. That's going to be an ultra kill now for Totoro. iG.V turning up big in the middle lane. They've killed everyone.
Yeah, I mean, the Pangolier with the defusal up, it's still a nasty hero. And we were talking about this the last time we were casting, but you get that early defusal, your swash just feels so oppressive to play into. He's been on point for the rolls, he's been on point with his movement out. And Tax knows when to show up as well, like just with the Radiance phase boots. He knows he's got a lot to contribute in the middle of these fights, and they don't have the burst damage to really take Tax down. So they've got a lot to play with on iG.V. It's a 6k lead. It's not just the Alchemist that's ahead as well. The farm distribution coming out from iG.V is very even across the board. BKB for Ukyo going to be coming out soon as well. And, well, I mean, once you have all of these items up, it gets a little bit rocky for LRNR. Like, they're scaling, their tempo is still there. BKB for D-Stones is going to be the big timing.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, questionable move from the Huerta as they go onto the Barbaden here, and that'll be an easy kill. But yeah, to turn up to that fight and be so far on the front lines on this hero is just mighty questionable. You know, you really want to make sure you're respecting the lockdown here, and it's gonna be another hero brought down as D-Stones just overstepped to the top lane. And why? Actually popped his ultimate for this one as well, so this is kind of questionable. The Silence comes in, though, to cancel out the Rolling Thunder, but can they bring him down is the question, and the answer, well, does seem to be yes, they have the damage to kill him off, and there goes the Pangolier at last. A big kill. Now Muerta coming through the portal, joining in the fight. Nice little dead shot to snipe the kill onto the Alchemist, but now she kind of needs to leave. The Lion's in, and he's got a Hex available. Yukio just staying on top of his fingers there as well, and Big Can is going to be no more. Yukio getting the double kill in that fight. He's the big winner.
You don't mind the sacrifice being made. Still find the kills you want. You lose a little bit more than you expect. But it's still a gain in the end for LRNR, but not as much as iG.V's gaining now onto Ukyo. BKB not too far off. Again, Tax understanding that he can show up and contribute to these fights really early on. And I'm liking his build-up. You know, Blink into the AC, the casual Hyperstone, perhaps an extra Hyperstone on hand. You apply that corrosive weaponry. It hurts once that's up. Like, it hurts a lot if you're able to just focus on these heroes and get the damage off and get that debuff amplification on, especially with a hero like Lion on hand. Well, he has his Blink. He's just been massive.
Crazy. It's like 90% stage resistance reduction or something, which basically makes every stun just double over a certain hero, and Bocce is experiencing that in the worst possible way. It's pretty brutal. Yeah, Tax is doing very well after this rough start to the game.
Yeah, he's bounced back in. He's farming. No one's there to stop him. You don't have the burst damage on hand to really deal with him yet. I think Big can manage him, as we've seen, if you isolate the Alk, but that last fight in particular as well for LRNR just felt like they kind of streamed in one by one as a response, whereas it's iG.V kind of taking initiative here. They're the ones who control the teleporter down south. They're the ones kind of running around up top. They've got control down bot. There are some wards here to spot from LRNR as to the movements of iG.V, but nothing in that expanded map area. Now, they just don't have the vision to keep track over that teleporter, and makes things risky. And you don't have control either from iG.V up top, but it does feel like even with that, like we haven't seen
Bocce.
LRNR maximize that.
He just blinks into 3 heroes down here at bottom. I mean, he gets the BKB out from Yukio, who just instantly pops it. I mean, it just blinks on your face, and you kind of expect follow-up, but it really was just Bocce blinking into 3 heroes alone. Chat move, I guess.
Trying to scout, probably just trying to run forward to get some of that control in the teleporter, understanding how iG.V's been rotating the past few fights, and him is control. So iG.V, I mean, they're just set to keep this farm game up. Like, I hear, like, Alk with the expanded map just feels like it gets so much. It gets way too much. You have one solution on hand now, though. Heaven's Halberd up, so you do have a disarm. And that is pretty big. Yeah, the Halberd is still highly effective in stopping these physical cores. So if Tax isn't careful and just gets instantly disarmed, it's going to be annoying. It's also big against Ukio as well. So you have some answers for these 2 big physical melee cores on hand. You kind of just need to tie that in with your movement. With the blink up on Bocce, sure, it's revealed in a pretty unspectacular way, but it is still a massive tool for these fights, although iG.V will be the one to smoke up here.
Yep, and I'm not sure I love... Well, they're actually going to run into Bocce again here, so this should be the smoke popped and probably a kill going their way. But Bocce, he has got the blink dagger now, so he can move away. So they'll look over towards Wenhao instead, and Wenhao will be the target. And yeah, they're going to be able to bring him down. Yukio just going to slide in, use a balance strike, get the kill. And they want to take Roshan of this. So it is 20 minutes, which means those very, very important... here comes Roche, stomping on through. Yeah, those very important Tormentors have come up. It'd be interesting to see how highly these teams prioritize going to do that over Roshan. It does look like that's going to be the call from iG.V. They're heading over. They want to get that shard for either the Abaddon or for the Lion.
You're going in with 3 heroes here on iG.V. It does look like they're going to be able to do it uncontested. They drop the barrier. They get it shard out for DQQ. So that's a very nice shard.
Perfect, yeah.
The Lion. I mean, I've been raving about Lion Shard for a long time, and it's still highly effective. Again, it's just changed to this debuff immune thing, but overall it still works the same. And just standing there, forcing someone to try to take you out through that debuff immunity, like say forcing out the punch, it doesn't feel good to have to use it online. Like you have bigger targets to keep up in the air, but that's slow. And just losing your ability to cast spells, especially for a hero like say the Bat Rider in the middle of these fights, it's going to be massive against LRNR. Like it makes these engagements feel worse for them if they're not careful.
But it would have been so funny if Abaddon got it. Can you imagine? He doesn't even have a point in Curse of Avernus. It would have been like completely useless.
Yeah. But maybe I don't know, yeah, it's pretty terrible. But yeah, no.
Don't cope it again, John. Don't
terrible.
Don't try.
I'm trying to find a way. I'm thinking like, oh, if you get the Ags, which fires a miscoil on your allies, which doesn't do anything with a curse. Yeah, all right. No, it's terrible. If it had a positive effect to allies, I'd be all right with that. You know, that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
no.
that could be interesting. But no, there is nothing. It's just, yeah, it's a very carry-ish shard, a very core-focused shard, which is weird for Abaddon, but, you know, that's what it is. One thing I wanted to mention as well is that the Night Stalker does have a greater Lotus at the moment as they jump on Bocce here, and the attack's going to come across as well. That's, well, BKB out from Tax, so yeah, Bocce's just doing some tactical feeding again. There's been a lot of this.
I love the animation breaking on Tax as well. I don't know if that's just me, but
No, we can all see it.
You know, yeah, now it's just broken the entire game. Love it. I love that. Yeah, the BKB up and he just gets debuffed for a moment.
That's funny. Well, Alchemist is going to be like that for a while until maybe someone kills him. But yeah, down at bottom, DDQ, very nicely done with the shard, but he's still going to die regardless. Yeah, it is a big commitment from them. Totoro now looking for a bit of revenge here as he comes rolling on through. T-Stones with a BKB kind of needs to get hit. Oh, never mind, there is a cliff there to help him out. T-Stone does actually get stopped by the Swashbuckle. There's a BKB on the Pangolier as well. Two-man stun out from the Alchemist. That is huge. Bocce and YYYY just get taken down in a second there. Not the fight you want to turn up to, lowly rock and roll. And iG.V still very much in the driving seat of this game.
Yeah, I mean, they have to find kills wherever they can, right? This is the one thing with this patch. It does feel like once you're behind, you need kills. You can come back, but you need to find those enemy heroes. And if you don't, you just kind of stay behind for a long time. With that opening here for the side of iG.V, straight into the Roche. Not going to take them too long to clear that out here. Even though Roche has been made stronger, not strong enough to last through how much tax can dish out. That's going to be the first ages of the game. Coming through, safety net for Ukyo this time around. I don't mind that. And for the side of LRNR, I mean, if they manage to get a clean retreat, you know, rinse and repeat and do that kind of pick off, maybe 2-3 more times, they might have had an avenue back into the game. Right now, it's still rough. Like, you have no clear answers for the monkey, you have no clear answers for the Alec. You just don't have, say, the magic damage to deal with him yet. Your output on Big Can just isn't there yet, where you can just stand forward with your ult and burst him down fast enough. So you just can't take these prolonged fights against a monkey and act like they just enjoy standing in their Wukongs, using the chemical range to drag it out. You've got the Abaddon as well to protect you from pretty much everything. So you have an answer to everything that LRNR wants to do here.
Yeah, there's so many options. There's so many options, and we're kind of waiting to feel this Meteor impact. So far, it hasn't really been there. The build is very kind of non-damagey. That's the issue here. You see, she's just sort of right-clicking Totoro here, who's just kind of sitting with a 60% resist with the shield crash, and then the 50% magic resist as well. Wow, I'm trying to find some options on the backlines, but they've got a BKB available in the Pangolier, so he should just be able to leave. They have got the lasso, though. Never mind, no leaving for you. All right, well, that's something. That's something. So, yeah, this build of the Meteor I'm definitely not convinced about, though. Like, Mage Slayer is always a nice item for the hero, but you need some damage. So, I think she's realizing that now and just queuing up a Hyperstone, which, I mean, gives you extra damage inside Pierce the Veil, which is okay, but yeah, she's also not, like, insanely farmed, you know? Like, her net worth is good, but not great. That's why I'm going to go for the Maelstrom as well. You need kills if you don't go Maelstrom, basically. You need to turn up. And she hasn't really been doing that. 2 kills, 4 assists. Not amazing. Yeah, that's a dead Night Stalker on my screen. These stones can't really do much about it either, especially with this mana just being absolutely evaporated by DQQ. This mana drain's kind of crazy. I mean, look at this. All right, might be dead for it. Oh, they actually don't see him, and they're trying to do the damage to Yukio here. And look at this, you can still do damage inside the BKB here on the Muerta, but not enough. Yukio turns around, he's got the heal, he's got the Boundless Strike, and that's going to bring up to full, and they kill off Big Can instead. It looked like it was going to be great for the side of the Radiant, but absolutely not. Yukio says no, and brings down and they call it. Another early GGG from Lonely Rock and Roll. That is rough. That is way too early, surely.
I feel like it makes sense. Again, the